Born and raised in South Africa, Wilma Van Beek had a loving relationship with God, but not with her own father, who expressed little to no emotion towards her.
We grew up, never received, hugs, and, the only time my parents would say that they loved us, that were, we would get a birthday card or a Christmas card and say, "I love you."
As Wilma grew older, she began to distance herself not only from her father, but from all men. While her friends were busy dating, she realized her attractions were towards other women instead.
I had my first homosexual relationship when I was 21, and it wasn't something that I decided I was going to choose. It just happened. We all need to be and want to be loved and belong. I was never ever seeking a relationship with a woman ever in my life. It happened, and so then I went into it, and at that time it was like, what is this? Dating women did not feel right, but at the same time having sex with a man, that didn't seem right either.
Her homosexuality didn't change the way she felt about God, but it ate away at her joy. She grew more confused and conflicted about how she was living her life, and eventually, she did the only thing that she could think of. She ran.
I did not want to live, a homosexual lifestyle. So I thought, perhaps if I can just run away, if I can just go someplace else and start a new life where nobody knows about my past, it will be all good. It will just go away.
Wilma left her home and her native country and traveled to North America in search of a new beginning and a new identity.
Within 4 months, I was in my next gay relationship. Because running away doesn't solve our problems, right? It just goes with you, because what is in here goes with you. The moment I entered into practicing and living a homosexual life, God would go away from me. I felt distant from Him. I felt separated from Him. I just could not bear for Him to leave me.
She was determined more than ever to follow her heart and walk with God, but her commitment would require an enormous sacrifice.
I tried to pray, I tried to read my Bible, I went to church, I did all the right things, but there was just no intimacy between me and God. And then it brought me to a place in 2003 when I cried out to God and I said, I can't live without your presence in my life any longer. I need you in my life. And that is when I gave it all. I gave it all to Him. And I asked Him, I said, please come. I surrendered that area to Him. I surrendered my whole heart. And when I did that, that's when things started to change. And the relationship between me and Him, it was restored at that moment. I had to stop the relationship. I had to choose celibacy. I just could not live, a homosexual lifestyle and be in an intimate relationship with Jesus. I chose Christ above everything else. He convinced me what I was doing in my life that was not pleasing to Him. And slowly but surely, I had a choice. Was I willing to let go? Was I willing to put Him first in my life every day? And He came alongside, and you know what? He stands there with his hand ready just to take our hands and to follow Him. And He will guide and direct us. We don't have to do this alone. He's with us. He's with me all the time.
Wilma's journey had taken her from the depths of despair to the front of the largest churches in Canada. Her mission is to share her story and use it to educate others on dealing with homosexuality inside and outside the church.
One morning, I felt the Holy Spirit said, I want you to write a seminar, which is called When Gay Comes Home. It is through love and compassion that we change the world around us. When another person is struggling with addiction, any form of things in their lives that is not pleasing to God, telling them the whole time how wrong they are, they probably know. They need to know that Jesus loves them very much and He will meet them where they're at. Doesn't matter who you are. Jesus loves you very much. He'll take you just to where you are.
Her message is that we can do better. We can do better at extending our arms instead of pointing our fingers. We can do better at talking less and listening more. And no matter how complicated the issue, we are all called to love as we are loved. A love worth sacrificing for.